Welcome to this week's episode of Straight Shooting Outdoors. Today we're going to cover binoculars. In my opinion, binos are the most important item in your hunting gear. You need to spot that animal first or it's game over. What you got there, Dad?
I shot an Alberta buck.
Woo! Yeah!
Nice.
So today here we got the Vortex Viper 10x50s, and we also have the Nikon Prostaff 7s 10x42s. I've had these Vortex Vipers for about 2 years, absolutely love them. I paid about $900 Canadian for these. That was about my budget. Still not a crazy amount to spend on binoculars. Some people think, holy cow, that's unreal, $900. You get what you pay for. These Nikon Prostaff 7 10x42s are about $300. We just picked these up for my girlfriend. They're actually super crystal clear. Really good product for the price range as well. Not as good as the Vortex Vipers, but for their price range, really good item. We'll start with these Vortex Viper 10x50s. If you don't know what 10x50 is, 10 times magnification and 50 millimeter diameter lens over here is 10x50. The field of view through these is 346 feet at 1,000 yards. And if you don't know what field of view is, it's basically the field you can view through these binoculars at 1,000 yards. These binoculars are 6.5 inches long and they're 5 inches wide. They weigh about 28 ounces. Going to the Nikon Prostaff 7s, these are a 10x42. Like I said before, 10 times magnification, 42 diameter millimeter lens. The field of view through these is 352 feet at 1,000 yards. They are about 6 inches long, 5 inches wide, 23 ounces. So just looking at the size, the Vipers are a little taller with the eye cups extended. Not much though, just barely a little taller. The only real noticeable difference is the weight, and still it's not that much different in my opinion. Getting to the things I like about these two products and the things I don't like. I'll start with the Vortex Viper again. Starting at the top here with the eye cups. The eye cups are really well made, they seem. They scope in and out fairly easy, but not so easy. They're just going to scope in as you're walking. So I really like the eye cups. They come out enough that I can put them to my eyes. They fit comfortably. The feel is nice and no sunlight gets into those. The focused adjust knob here is nice and smooth, but it's not too loose that it's going to move around a whole bunch when I'm walking. The strap rings here are made out of metal. I myself like to put on a key ring onto the strap loops. It's a little easier to disconnect and connect the harness that I hunt with. Just a little more accessibility, I guess. The plastic rubber coating on here, it's more of a rubber, not a plastic. It is a good grip. It's kind of a little too smooth for my liking. I wish they would have put these grippy veins, if you will, all the way down it. But still a pretty good grip on these. The rubber coating will help if you drop it. It'll protect the lenses on here as well. Basically plain Jane. I do like the color. I know color doesn't matter much, but I do love the green with the black. I'm a big fan of that. Something that doesn't really matter, but might matter to some people. Moving to the Nikon Prostaff 7. The eye cups on these seem a little cheaper made. They kind of scope in a little easier. The eye cups actually feel a little bit cheaper than the Vortex Viper. So You get what you pay for as well though, right? $300 versus $900. So eye-cups seem a little cheaper. There isn't much difference in the focus knob here. It's about the same. It's nice and tight. It's not too loose, and it focuses really nicely. The strap loops here, these ones are made out of plastic, which I don't really like. If you were to drop these just right on a rock, you could bust this off and you wouldn't be able to get a strap back on here. You could maybe put a new strap around the actual lens, the binocular, but that's the whole point of the strap, or the strap loop is to hold your strap. And if that busted off, you're kind of hooped. So I do prefer the metal strap loops versus the plastic ones. It'd be pretty rare to drop that exactly where it is, bust it off, but I've seen crazier things happen. These also have their rubber coating. I actually prefer the rubber on these compared to the Vortex Viper. They're actually a little grippier, and the rubber actually feels, like I said, grippier and nicer, I guess, than the Vortex Viper. These are also plain Jane, which I like. I'm not a huge fan of the camel covered binoculars. I think they're kind of cheesy. One color is the way I would go, or two colors, black and green, or just straight black is what I like. Moving along to the binocular straps. Every pair of binos comes with a neck strap. Some people like them, some people don't. I personally hate the neck strap. I used to use it years and years ago when I was younger. Didn't know any better. Thought that's all you could get. They come with every pair of binoculars. They're alright. They put a lot of stress on the neck though, and they also, when you walk, your binoculars like to swing out in front of you and bump into your chest with every step you take. Now I thought I was clever enough and solved that problem by putting my arm through the strap like so. They don't swing out anymore. They're pretty tight and snug here, but when I see a deer, I gotta fight with this strap now to get it out in front of my face. It's very inconvenient. So the neck strap, I would recommend going and getting a harness versus the neck strap. The neck strap is kind of a way of the past, I guess. I highly avoid it. As soon as I get it, basically goes in the garbage. That is why I switched to the harness. So like I said before, I threw these key rings on for just a quick connect. I like it quick and easy. I get to the truck, I can just take my binos off, put them on the dash to defrost, whatever. Keep the harness on all day long, and it doesn't bug me. So I'll quickly throw this on here for you. It's nice and simple to get on. You just put your arms through it, and it's basically like a harness. Your binos sit right on the front of your chest. They don't swing at all, or not nearly as much. I guess they swing a little bit still, but not nearly as much as the neck strap. This also disperses the weight onto your actual shoulders versus your neck. I know when I ran the neck strap, I would have a sore neck the whole next day from just having binoculars on my neck. The harness, like I said, distributes the weight, doesn't swing as much, and it's still super easy to get your binos to your face. Nothing is uncomfortable about this, and it's easy to adjust. You can loosen, tighten the strap depending on what clothing you're wearing. It's super comfortable. The only downside, I would say, versus the harness versus the neck strap is you create a little more back sweat from this, which if you don't care, then that doesn't matter. The little bit of back sweat you create from this thicker material, but it does have mesh on it. And this is a Badlands binocular strap. I think I paid $40 for it, and I will not use anything other than a harness on my binos. Super comfy, super practical. Doesn't seem like much, but in a long hike, 8-9 hours during a day, makes a huge difference. And that's my opinion on the Vortex Viper 10x50s and the Nikon Prostaff's 10x42s. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Straight Shooting Outdoors.